Bulldog with you on 700 WLW. Oh, this is good stuff, James. Interpol is going to bring down WikiLeaks. He's on the run. He's losing his mind. He's going down. He's going down. All right, welcome back. Danny Bupp is already on the phone. Danny Bupp, you hold on, and I'll catch you at the next break, buddy. Well, Randy McCafferty, you have returned from Okinawa. Welcome back to the States.
Hey, thanks, Bulldog. And let me say, it is great to be back in Cincinnati. I've lived in 9 states and 2 countries in my life, and this is the favorite spot that I've ever lived in.
Very good, very good. We like to have a good endorsement of our town. I got to ask you this. When you left, you went to Shreveport at Barksdale Air Force Base, correct?
That's right.
How many years did you spend there?
I did 4.5 years hard time there.
And then you went to Okinawa.
And then I went to Okinawa,
What was the name of the base there?
It was Kadena Air Base.
Is there any secret plans to bomb China from Okinawa?
Well, if I knew that answer, you'd have to hit the kill switch, my friend.
So that's classified.
That's all I can say, yeah.
And now, you were a chaplain in the Air Force.
That is correct. As of today, this is my last day on active duty, and I will be a reserve chaplain effective 2 December.
And you know, this is funny, Randy, because I've said this on this radio station many times, that my best friend, and I got a lot of best friends. Chuck's one of my best buddies. Wiz is, Mike Zerman. But at the time that you left, you were my best buddy. And I've always enjoyed joking around to people that my best friend happened to be a preacher.
Who'd have thought?
Who would have thought? And it's kind of nice having your best buddy be a preacher, because you can go to daily confession. I mean, there's a benefit to that, you know. Bless me, Randy, for I have sinned. my last confession was yesterday. I mean, but Randy, I just want everybody to know that you can't tell anybody anything, because that would violate the rules.
That's right. No, that's absolutely right, and that is ironclad, you know, in the military.
Same in the law.
Yeah,
in the law.
yeah.
And Randy, let me tell you, this is so funny, because do you realize radio? My coach is Daryl Parks. Mm-hmm. Has been my radio coach, and Willie is my radio mentor. And they always speak about radio being theater of the mind. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine all the people out there driving and listening to the radio at home are wondering, what the hell did the Bulldog confess to you? Can you imagine? Can you imagine what people in their mind, oh my God, what did Bulldog to confess? They're dying to know. But Randy, let me just share this with you. You were a chaplain in the Air Force, and now you're back. What was it like being a chaplain in the Air Force? I mean, what was it like?
It was a great experience. I remember listening to one of your podcasts, Bulldog, and you said you had very few regrets in life. You remember that?
Right.
One regret that you had was that you did not in some way serve in the military.
Correct. I wish I would have been a Marine for at least a little while.
Oh, sure. I mean, it'd been great, and you've been great at it.
Right.
It's just that is one thing that I can check the box and say, hey, you know, I had a chance to do it. I got in just under the wire. I was 39. I had to get in before 40, and so did 6 years. Did a deployment to Iraq, which was probably...
That is right. I forgot.
Yeah,
you went to Iraq.
I did.
That's right.
I went to Iraq, and it was the height of the conflict. It was in the fall of 2006. And one of the jobs of chaplain is, in general, you're building morale, and you're spending time with airmen and then troops, because we had some Army soldiers there also. But one of the things that, you know how you have these experiences that are gut-wrenching, but at the same time, they're the most rewarding experiences.
It's like going to Latin school. Going to Latin school for 4 years totally sucked, but by golly, I learned a lot, and it has some great stories.
Exactly.
So I know what you're talking about.
Right. And I spent 4 months in Iraq, and one of my primary duties was to do what was called ramp ceremonies or patriot details. That's for our fallen airmen and soldiers.
Right.
And so when they are killed in action in the theater, then they go to the mortuary, and then they come through mortuary, and we load them up into the belly of a bird, and that's what we call a plane, the C-130, C-5, or whatever is carrying
Air
them.
Force lingo, the bird.
Right, yeah.
Bird.
Carrying them back to
I wonder if the
States.
Does the Navy call their boats the canoe?
I don't know. I might have to
That's
defer
right,
to Chuck here.
Chuck Holbrook. He says no, they're not called canoes. Go ahead.
Right. But that experience, like I said, gut wrenching, but at the same time rewarding. Because if you're going to lose men and women over there, the kind of respect and dignity that they process and that they transfer the remains or the bodies is just unbelievable. Did you see the movie Taking Chance?
Yes.
Yes. I tell you what, I think about that movie, I get moved to tears.
It's a great movie. Randy, over the course, and we're going to come back to you after the break, I'm going to take some phone calls, but I am really looking forward to, over the course of having you on once a week at least with me, and the things that you're going to be able to share as a chaplain in the military, the fact that you went to Iraq, and the fact that you're a preacher is going to be fun. And we will at least now get to try out the Lawyer and the Preacher show. By the way, just so you know, we came with an idea a long time ago, it's about 6 years ago, called the Lawyer and the Preacher show. And we actually sent a demo. We did a demo. We talked about Kobe Bryant's rape issue and everything else, the Lawyer and the Preacher. And we sent it out to everybody in Cincinnati radio station, including the Daryl Parks, who we didn't know, at 700 WLW. And not one single radio station responded. And now James says he never heard it. But now we can at least do once a week the Lawyer and the Preacher show, Randy McEvers. Because I just think the concept is good.
Hey, I can dig it.
Because everybody can say, lawyer, everybody hates lawyers, and preacher. But everything the whole concept was, most issues have a legal and a moral aspect to it. And guess what, folks? Randy gets radio. You know what he said would be a good top topic to talk about? Are you ready for this? Tony Parker and Ava Longoria. 513-749-7000, 1-800-THE-BIG-ONE, pound 700 on AT&T. Danny Bupp, you hung up too soon. I was going to take your call. Danny Bupp, Dan and Dale High, and all the rest when we return. The Bulldog with the Preacher and the Navy man, Chuck Holbrook. And what service were you, Mike Zimmerman? He was a soldier too. The Bulldog on 700 WLW.